Alrighty. Welcome to 305 Picks. I am your host, Charlie. This is the first ever video of 305 Picks, and I am absolutely excited to share my picks with you. I am a big MMA fan. I'm gonna do mostly sports, mostly UFC, mostly MMA, but I will have a couple of picks of, NBA, baseball, things like that. But I'm mostly going to do MMA. That includes UFC, Bellator, One Championship. I'm just a big fan, and I've gotten a couple of parlays in my lifetime, and I'm willing to share some of my experience with you guys, and hopefully I can give you guys some information and some tips on your next parlays, okay? And always remember, guys, please bet responsibly. I don't want you coming back to me telling me that you wasted all your money on my picks, because I'm just going to help you out. All right, let's get to it. So this week we got a UFC fight night. Okay, it's going to be Almeida versus Rozenstruik. His first name, I am not too sure about it. I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I am going to embarrass myself. Okay, guys, these parlays are great. These fights are awesome. This is UFC 288, right after UFC 288 with Henry Cejudo and Aljamain Sterling. This was 2 days ago, and let me tell you, those fights, they sucked. Okay, I'm just gonna address the elephant in the room. Not a big fan of those fights, but I honestly believe that these fights that are coming this Saturday are gonna be absolutely spectacular. Okay, and I'm going to give you guys my main parlay that I am going to do. So usually how I bet on my bookie, but you can have Bovada, FanDuel, whatever sports book you have. Doesn't matter. All the odds are pretty much the same. It might vary from 100 minus, 100 plus. It doesn't matter. This works with what sports book you have. So I do have my bookie, okay? So we're going off of my bookie and Bovada odds, okay? But again, if you have whichever sports book, it's going to work just fine, okay? So this fight it's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. We have Rozenstruik and Almeida for the main event, and then we have Johnny Walker and Anthony Smith for the co-main event. It's going to be an absolute fucking war. All right, I'm absolutely excited. We did have Mackenzie Dern and Angela Hill, but I do believe that fight is canceled. Something happened with Mackenzie Dern that she pulled out, I think. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but I think they're going to fight in July. And then we have Daniel Rodriguez versus the next Conor McGregor, Iron Gary. That's going to be a great fight. Can't wait to talk about that. And then we're starting off the main card, with, let's see here, with Alex Moreno and Tim Means. Okay, guys? We're going to get into it. I'm going to give you guys my picks. I'm going to give you guys even the payouts, okay? So this is mostly for you who, you have $50 in your bank account, and let's say you have enough money, you don't know what to do. Maybe you want to do a little parlay. You want to waste a little 50, even $25 on a parlay just to say fuck it. This is going to be great for you. These are probably the best picks that I can give you, and we're going to start with Tim Means and Alex Moreno. All right, let's get into it. So, guys, Alex Moreno, I am pretty big fan with Alex Moreno. Right now, he is a minus 230. He's an absolute unit. This guy is going to take you down to the ground. His cardio is pretty good. He's going to outbox you. He's going to out-wrestle you, out-grapple you. He does push the pace a lot. Okay, so I absolutely believe that this guy is going to make a statement on Saturday night. He did lose to Santiago, the Argentinian commentator for the UFC. That fight was pretty brutal. He was doing pretty good until he got rocked. After he got rocked and he tried getting up again, he got hit one more time and he absolutely fell, which is okay. It happens in fights. We can't expect the best. But he's coming off a 6-fight winning streak before his loss recently. So that just shows you he was on a 6-fight winning streak. I think he came into that fight with Santiago on a short notice. So I had money on him on that night. He was doing great until he got rocked, unfortunately. But you can tell that he was not fighting the same as his other fights. He usually has a lot of cardio, a lot of energy, a lot of stamina, and this guy just pushes the pace on you. Tim Means, man, this is a veteran. This guy is 32-14. He's been fighting. Let's see here. Tim Means has been fighting since 2012 in the UFC. Okay, since 2012. He has a lot more fights before that, so this guy's an absolute veteran. He hits hard. He has he has a very good striking, which is okay. If you have striking, you're gonna get somewhere. But usually, when you go against a wrestler, it's not gonna be in your favor. He started his career in 2004, so this guy has a lot of experience, which is a big factor. He has a lot of experience. But he is old. Let's see how old Tim Means is. He was born in 1984. Yeah. I really can't go with this guy, man. This guy, even though this guy's a dog and he's on a 2-fight losing streak. He lost to Kevin Holland and then to Max Griffin. Kevin Holland I absolutely understand, but Max Griffin, I don't think Max Griffin is such a great fighter. But again, guys, I'm going to put my money where the wrestlers are at most of the time, and that's Alex Morono. So I'm going to give that a big check mark. I'm going to give that a big check mark for Alex Morono. He's just going to go to the ground. He is going to maybe find a submission or maybe just ground and pound and kind of just, suffocate Tim Means with his wrestling, okay? Next fight, we got the next McGregor, the next superstar, Iron Gary. This guy is an absolute unit. I absolutely love this guy, okay? He is undefeated in the UFC, even in his full career. This guy is 11-0, and he is absolutely perfect. Everything about him is great, okay? His striking, he will knock you out cold, okay? Now, his last fight with King Nam Song was very scary. It was absolutely terrifying because we saw Iron Gary almost get knocked out. He got rocked. He fell to the ground. I think he got hit one more time, and he was stumbling all over the place. But he managed to recuperate, and he managed to knock this guy out in the 3rd round, okay? This is going to be a great fight. Iron Gary has been knocking guys out back and forth, and he's won a lot of decisions. I've seen his fights and his amateur fights, and he's scary. He's a scary guy. He's a young kid. He's hungry. He has a lot of energy, and I can't wait to see him. He's going up against the prisoner, Daniel Rodriguez. This guy's also a beast, but I am not a big fan of Daniel Rodriguez, and I'm going to tell you why. His last fight, he looked very slow. He looked like he was just out of gas, and I'm not a big fan of him. He is a beast, but to be quite honest, like in the fight, he doesn't even look like he wants to fight. He looks like a fighter who's fighting to get paid, and that's never good. You want a fighter who's hungry. You want a fighter who just looks like they will lose their life in the cage. Like they're willing to lose their life in the cage. You want to see that in there, and I don't see that in him. He lost to Neil Magny. And if you lose to Neil Magny, in my opinion, you're going to lose again pretty soon. So I'm going to put my money on the next McGregor, and that will be Iron Gary, which is a -275, which that's a big favorite. Anybody who's past -200 is a big favorite, in my opinion. Alex Moreno is a big favorite as well, because honestly, guys, they're favorites like that because they just have more tools than the other fighter. Absolutely more tools than the other fighter, and I can't wait. I can't wait for those 2 fights. All right, guys, and then we have Mackenzie Dern and Angela Hill. Angelina, that is not her name. Angela Hill. I'm not a big fan of Angela Hill. By the way, this fight is not happening. It's going to be delayed until July or June. I think it's mostly going to be till July. I think something happened with Mackenzie Dern. But I did have Mackenzie Dern in this fight. Mackenzie Dern looked very good in her last fight. She looked like she wanted it. She did some fucking crazy ass submission on top of this other girl, and she like did it very, very well that the other girl just had no idea what to do. Mackenzie Dern has a lot of pressure, a lot of stamina, a lot of cardio, and also a lot of strength. So I think she will absolutely dominate Angela Hill. The only tool Angela Hill has is her speed. Her speed and a little bit of striking. But Angela Hill doesn't try to knock you out. She just tries to punch your face out. You know, like she just tries to outstrike you. And any outstriker, 95% of the times are going to lose to a wrestler, grappler, whichever. But we're not going to put that fight is not going to be in the parlay since it's not in this card anymore, unfortunately. So you can just X that out. But, you know, I am going with my picks here. So let's say they were fighting. I would go with Mackenzie Dern. Definitely. Okay? But let's get to the fights that are actually in this card. And the next one I think is my favorite fight of the fight night. And it's Johnny Walker versus Anthony Smith. Johnny Walker is one of my favorite fighters. I am going to be very biased with Johnny Walker, okay? I don't want to hear, oh, he got knocked out by Jamal Hill. He injured himself after a celebration. I understand that. I know that. I saw all of that. Did it hurt my fucking heart? Yeah, it did. It absolutely broke my heart, okay? But he is going to be big. He was going to be big. But then yet again, he hurt himself by celebrating. He took like a year and a half off. He came back. He fought a little bit different. So I think the surgery did do an impact on him. But yeah, guys, I'm going to put my money on Johnny Walker. That's absolutely no doubt. Johnny Walker is extremely, extremely strong. Every fighter who has fought with Johnny Walker has come out and said that this guy is super strong. Once he gets a hold of you, he's not going to let go. You're not going to get out. His clinches are fucking brutal, okay? His knees are nasty. His height, his reach difference, his awkwardness, the way he moves his body and his head, it's absolutely phenomenal. And Anthony Smith, he's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. He's a great commentator. He's a great analyst guy, whatever. But he's not going to have enough tools to fight and beat Johnny Walker. He has nice leg kicks. He has nice punches. But I don't think he's going to do enough to take out Johnny Walker. The only thing I could say about Johnny Walker that's going to be a big factor is his chin. Yeah. So throughout the years, he's definitely had a weak chin, and I hate it because he gets knocked out, he gets hurt, you know, and I hate seeing my fighters get hurt, but I do love seeing them get hurt and coming back with a W. So that might happen in this fight. Johnny Walker might get hurt in the first round, but I believe he's just going to grab Anthony Smith, maybe take him down, hold him in a clinch by the cage, and throw some elbows, throw some knees, and end up knocking Johnny Walker out. Johnny Walker, Anthony Smith. So I'm definitely going to go with Johnny Walker. Now, they are both minus 112. What does that mean? That means that the bet makers made them both favorites, made them both the same because they don't see any flaws or any tools. They basically see them on the same level, which is absolutely crazy. I would put Anthony Smith at least plus 160, 170, and I'll put Johnny Walker at least minus 240 around there because Anthony Smith is going to have a very tough time with Johnny Walker. So I'm definitely putting my money on Johnny Walker, guys. Do not miss out on that fight. If you want to go against me and put Anthony Smith, by all means, it's a good fight, but Johnny Walker is absolutely going to get that dub. Okay? And then we have Jailton Almeida versus Rozenstruik. Okay, so I am a big fan of these type of fighters in the UFC. Brazilians, Mexicans, and Russians. Okay, I don't know what it is about them, but they are just absolutely nasty. Maybe the country that they come from, the region, or just the village that they grew up in. They are hungry. They are absolutely hungry and they want to win. They are willing to die. Not all of them. I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them. Okay? and Almeida is one of those guys. Guys, when I tell you that a fighter, when you look at a fighter and you see them fight and you go, I am never going to bet against this guy because this guy is putting on a show, Almeida is that guy. I am going to make a video soon on my top 10 fighters that I will not bet against. And that guy is going to be in that list, okay? Almeida is absolutely savage, okay? He is going to take you down to the ground. He is going to ground and pound you. He's going to submission you. He's going to lay you there, and he's going to make you his wife, okay? There's absolutely nothing that Rozenstruik is going to do. Rozenstruik has a good jab. He knocks people out at times. He hurts you with his jab, with his right hook. Congratulations. Rozenstruik got absolutely obliterated by Francis Ngannou, but who doesn't? I've never seen Almeida lose. Okay, I don't think Almeida has lost in the UFC. I might be wrong, but I'm putting all my money on Almeida. Guys, if you want to lose your bet, go with Rozenstruik. Do not put your money on Rozenstruik. Okay, Almeida is going to whip that booty. I'm going to even predict it. First round TKO or second round submission. One of those two. I think Rozenstruik is going to get absolutely tired. He is not going to know what to do. His game plan is going to go out of the window. So I'm definitely putting my money on Jailton Almeida. Jailton Almeida is a minus 550. You need to put $550 to win $100 with Almeida. That's how big of a favorite he is. I also predict this. I also predict that if Jailton Almeida will beat Rozenstruik in the first round in any way possible, I believe that in his next fight, he will be minus 700 to 900. I do believe that, and I will predict that. But yeah, Jailton has all the strengths, man. He's going to grab you. He's going to carry you. He's going to slam you. Even if he doesn't slam you, if he takes you down to the ground, you are stuck there. You are absolutely stuck there, and it's not a good feeling because he's going to smother you. He's going to ground and pound you, and he's going to find your neck one way or another. And he's got strength. He's got absolute strength. All right. Now, let's get to the money part here, right? You want to get to the money part? Me as well. So we're doing let's say we're doing a 4-fight parlay. So we have Alex Morono, we have Iron Gary, we have Walker, and then we have Almeida. Guys, there's no underdogs in this parlay, so you can't expect too much, okay? So $25. $25. It is going to get you, let's see here. By the way, my handwriting is absolutely awful, so you have every right to make fun of me. $25 is going to get you $84 with this parlay. This is a 4-fight parlay with Morono, Gary, Walker, and Almeida. That 4-fight parlay is going to win you $84 with $25 as the bet. Okay? Now, I know what you're saying. Oh my God, that's ass. It is absolutely horrible. But if we're talking realistically, these guys are most likely going to win. Almeida has a 90% chance of winning. Morono has a very good chance of winning. Tim Means is a veteran. He's old. Believe it or not, guys, the older you get, the more your body's not going to keep up with you. And these young bucks who are hungry. Iron Gary, we've seen Iron Gary fight, and he's just hungry. He has that striking. Daniel Rodriguez, he's got striking too, so it's going to be a striking battle. But I think Gary is just going to outstrike him, absolutely. And Walker, man, every time he fights, I'm going to bet on him. I am a very biased person with Walker. I believe Walker was going to be the champion before he hurt himself. But, shit happens. So with that saying, guys, $25 with those 4 parlays are going to get you $84. That's going to be one of my parlays. I might put another parlay here, and I might just say what I'm going to do. You don't have to do this one. This is off script. I'm just going to give you another parlay that might be a little bit better for yourselves. So what you can also do is, you can do this. So you can go Morono could be, you could put let's see here. Actually, no. I would say that Tim Means and Alex Morono are going to go by decision. I believe that Iron Gary and Daniel Rodriguez are also going to go by decision. Johnny Walker is going to be a KO in the first round. And I believe that Almeida is going to have a submission in the second round. So I don't have those props up yet. The books are not ready with those props. But listen to me. Morono and Memes, decision. Gary Rodriguez, decision. Walker KO in the first round. Almeida submission in the second round. And if you want, you can put Almeida TKO or submission in the first round as well. All right, guys. So those are my picks. These are my picks for Saturday night, okay? Almeida versus Rozenstruik. These are very great picks. If you guys want to win some money, do this parlay, okay? This parlay is going to get you a little bit of money, $84. You could take your girl out to eat, buy your mom some flowers, do whatever you want with those $84. Or you can put those $84 in another bet, on a basketball game or whatever. I don't care. But if you want to win a little bit of money this weekend, do this parlay, guys. Do not miss out. And if you like this video, please give me a like and a subscribe. And I'm going to be making more videos, and hopefully we all can win some money together, all right? All right. Blessings. Peace.